Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Ben White completes his move to Arsenal. £50 million. Fabrizio Romano's gone with here we go. We've seen leaked pictures of him holding up a shirt, so I presume this is going to be officially announced by Arsenal very, very soon. The development of Romano into other clubs, I'm a little bit not happy about. It's a little bit like being married and seeing your wife out with another guy or girl, which you might be happy about. I don't know. Depends which way you go, but I wouldn't be happy about it either way, whether it's intriguing or not. I don't like to see Fabrizio Romano doing here we go with other clubs. I feel cheated, Fabrizio. I've got to be honest with you. But on a serious, Arsenal, 50 million, Ben White, not a surprise. I got to say, there's two ways of looking at this. I always feel that Arteta and Arsenal are probably a couple of years behind United. And I think if that is the case, then £50 million for Ben White reminds me a little bit of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire and things like that. So I do think that, you can't be too critical when United spent £80 million on Harry Maguire. You can't be too critical when Aaron Wan-Bissaka was spent for £50 million as well. So look, do I rate Ben White? My problem with Ben White is I didn't want him at United. United needed a centre-back that was better than Harry Maguire. We desperately needed an experienced, top-class, world-class centre-back, and that's what we got with Varane. Ben White would not have suited Manchester United. Ben White, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, an all-English centre back four doesn't make me feel confident that we're going to win anything. United needed to go different. But this is the first step for Arsenal. They need to build a back four. You could argue that Czerny's good enough. They do need to build a back four. So I think with Arsenal, you're probably looking at 50 million quid, and it's not too bad of a signing. But I think it's a little bit expensive. But I will get ridiculed. If I start laughing, I will get ridiculed because I will go, they've spent 50 million on Ben White, and they'll go, you spent 80 million pounds on Harry Maguire. And I'll go, you spent 70 million pounds on Pepe. And they'll go, you spent 50 million on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I'll say, you finished 8th twice in the last 2 years. But look, banter aside, there is that pressure. I was in an argument this afternoon on Twitter because I said I think Kurt Zouma is worth £40 million if Ben White's 50 million. Arsenal fans get very defensive. I'm not saying that Ben White's a bad player. I'm just saying that the price of players... how much is Basuma worth? If Brighton have got 50 million for Ben White, how much do they want for Basuma? Is there an English tax? Of course there is. Will he be a good signing for Arsenal? I think he will. Arsenal have had a lot of bad luck with centre-backs. At some point they're going to get it right. And I think that one thing about Ben White is at Brighton is that under Potter, they play very good football. So he's not somebody that's going to come in and be like, I don't know how to pass it sideways or forwards. He's going to be a good player who knows how to play out from the back. I think he will be a valuable signing for Arsenal. I don't think he will flop. I think I would question how much money Arsenal have got, though. I think that it makes no difference to me, but that's football. It's not that United stand. So I would say we're going to be doing watch-alongs. We'll do the first game against Brentford 2 weeks tonight, and I'm sure Ben White will play in that. But when we're looking at it, I do think that I look at it and I go, this is interesting because how much money have Arsenal actually got to spend? Are they... 50 million on Ben White could be a positive. If you're spending 50 million on a centre-back, maybe they've got another 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 million to spend. Or have they blown the lot on the centre-back? Because if Ben White is basically it for Arsenal, then is it enough? And I think that you might look at it as an Arsenal fan and go, well, that 50 million, we might have picked up a couple of players on the continent that would have filled 2 positions. But maybe they've got more money to spend. I think you've got to look at it and say this. It is a lot of money for a Brighton centre-back who really has had one decent season. But if the career path is correct and the trajectory is correct and the scouting is correct and the progression of his career is correct, in 4 years' time he'll be 27. And if he gives 4 good years to Arsenal, he will be worth more than 50 million quid. And he might develop into the centre-back partner for Harry Maguire or John Stones, and that will enhance him. They are buying potential, really. They are taking a bit of a risk. But Ben White was scouted by United. He was looked at other clubs. So you can't ridicule the player. I just didn't want him at United because I think United needed a very specific defender. We needed experience and pace and somebody that was going to come in and take our defence up to another level. We're trying to fight for a title. Arsenal aren't trying to fight for a title. Arsenal are trying to fight for credibility. And that's not even banter. They're trying to fight to get in a top 4 race. They will not be in a top 4 race next year, I don't think. I think they're looking to get top 6 this year. Ben White could take them there. Then over a year, he's a better player. Then next year, you progress for top 4. Maybe 2, 3, 4 years' time, they start trying to get back to being relevant in the top 4 race again. That's what Arsenal's plan is. It's all these Arsenal fans who start getting their knickers in a twist because they've lost to Man City away. Oh my God, I can't believe we've lost to City away. It's unbelievable. And everyone else is going, it's not really. That's the sort of level that you're at now. I would expect you to draw against Leeds. So I think that Arsenal are on a path forward. This is a statement signing. It needs to work. This can't not work for Arsenal. This signing's got to work. And actually, sometimes I think when you pay a premium for the English players, at least you get a player that knows the league, has grown up around the league, and there is, I think Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire for United were overpriced, but ultimately I think they're good signings. And Arsenal will hope the same with Ben White. Yeah, he's overpriced, but will he be a consistent performer for them? Because that is the word Arsenal need in their signings, consistency. Cherney has been relevantly... he's not really been consistent because of injury, has he? But I think he's a good signing. Pepe's not been consistent. You could argue Lacazette's not really been consistent. Partey's not been consistent because of injury. Arsenal actually need some consistency. And if Ben White's a consistent performer who does a good job, he's worth the 50 million. Anyway, smash a like on the video. Get your comments in below. Make sure you subscribe. And also check out my video reacting to the Clash Creators game last weekend with Road to Shore in it, Morg, Spencer FC's red card, super saves from Pieface, Goldbrige on the crossbar challenge. Check it out on the link in the video description. I'll speak to you all in a bit.